Okay, so hello everyone. Today we will talk about the responsible AI in lending. So we use a home credit default risk dataset to predict whether a loan applicant may default. But this project is not only about the build module with in lending. With the module decision can affect real people. So they can affect who gets approved, who gets denied, and who gets more review. And our goal is not just building a useful module, but also to make sure that this module is more fair, explainable, and auditable. And this presentation, I will go through for this process. So data checking, so pre-processing, baseline modeling, threshold decision, fairness audit, and explainability. So first we check the data very carefully. So data set gets something wrong in the head. So before doing any module, we need to make sure the repair the columns to the correctly aligned, and we compare the data set with field directions. And we also use the logic checks across the columns. So we also check whether the values make sense. So for example, the car ownership matched the car age, and family size matched the number of the children, and so on. And after these checks, we confirm that we repaired the data set we used was usable, and we also found the target was highly imbalanced. Only about 7.8% were default. So this is important because this kind of problem accuracy alone is not enough. So next we handle the data qualify issues. So one major issue was a missing value. Some house related variables had a very high missing rates, close to 70%. And so we removed the worst high missing columns because keeping them would add noise and reduce module stability. And another important issue is the variables the days employed. So it contains three 65243, which is not real employed length. So we just coded the values, and we replaced the value with missing, and we created an anomaly a flag for it. And we also built a few simple new features such as age in years, years employed, credit to income ratio, annuity to income ratio, and average external score. So then we created the reprocessing pipeline with imputation, one-hot encoding, and scaling. And this gives us a clean, repeatable process for modeling. So we choose the logistic regression module because that's simple, easy to explain, and a strong starting point for the responsible AI work. So the detail of the baseline result is on the slide. You can see it. And this result tells us the module is useful ranking ability. So the module is learning real signal. At the same time, the module also produces many false positives. So it means it can catch many risky borrows, and it may also wrongly flag many safe applicants. So the key issue is not only module performance, the key issue is also how we use module output. So this is why the threshold choice becomes very importantly. We found that threshold choice changed the business result a lot. So at 0.5, the recall is high. So the module catches many risky cases, but false positives are also high. So which means more safe applicants may be wrongly flagged. And at 0.55, so the model still keeps a relatively strong recall. So this threshold may fit a more conservative lending strategy. So at 0.7, the F1 score is best. So this threshold gives a better balance between the two types of error. And because of this, we don't need we do not recommend using one fixed cutoff only. So instead, we suggest that the three-level approach, so low risk, gray zone, and the high risk. So the gray zone cases should go to the manual review, and this is important because threshold setting not just a technical choice, so it's also a business and governance choice. I look at gender, age, income type, and educations, but the strongest and clearest pattern appeared in the gender and age. So this chart shows false positive rate by group, and a false positive means module says a person is high risk, but in reality the person does not default. In lending, this matter a lot because false positives can mean extra frictions. So we found that under both thresholds, so male applicants had higher false positive rates than the female applicants, and the younger applicants had higher false positives rates than the older applicants. So this burden was not evenly distributed across groups. So the left plot shows how features affect the predictions across cases, and the right one is the most important features overall. So we can see that the housing relative variables, social circle variables, and the credit amount all matter. And this support our earlier concern that some features may work like proxy signals. And so SHAP help us explain the module and also support the ethical review. We use both global and local explanations. For the global view, we checked the features had strongest impact in the module, and for the local, we looked at the three example cases: one true positive, one false positive, and one false negative. So this helped us understand not only what a module learned, but also where the module may take mistakes. So one important finding is that some influential features were related to housing, occupation, and organization type. So these features may contain useful information, but these also act as proxy um, signals for the social economist conditions. So this matters because even if a module does not directly use predicted attributes, it also still create unequal outcomes through the proximity variables. To conclude, our module shows meaningful predictive power, but the main lesson of this project is bigger than the module accuracy. So we found that data qualify matters, threshold choice matters, and fairness burden matters, and explainability matters. So in other words, useful module is not enough. So for learning, the module should be used as a decision support tool, not just a fully automatic gatekeeper. So responsible deployment plan should be includes threshold bands, fairness monitoring, and data qualify monitoring, and clear documentation. So our final takeaway is simple. So in lending, so responsible AI means that not only predict risk well, but also make decision in a way that's clear, fair, and accountable. So thank you, everyone.